Kim, it was a little bit probably more of a back and forth second quarter than you would have liked to see. They actually won the period. What was your message at halftime? And is it, did you really want to see a knockout punch there early in the third quarter?
Well, I wanted to see a better finish to the end of the half, and you're exactly right. I thought that, but we knew that going in that Kansas was not going to look at the scoreboard and stop playing. And I thought that, when what was it, 15-point lead or so, we didn't extend it. Okay, I as a coach can accept some of that because I subbed a lot early, and maybe so, maybe not so. But I know that we didn't finish the half. Like we need to be a really good basketball team. We came back in the third quarter and did what we should have been doing at in the second quarter. So anyway, it was a night where everybody got to play. I would have liked to have given some more players some more minutes in that first half, but as the game was unfolding, I decided not to.
Andrew, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, you had Nalissa get a double-double, and then Queen and Moon got near double-doubles. I think they were a point and a rebound short, respectively. What can you say about that trio, that trio of players?
Well, first of all, I'm going to acknowledge that they're really crashing the offensive boards, and it's become where we've programmed them in the last week or two that, guys, offensive rebounds. So you have 2 games in a row, 23 and 26 offensive boards. And those 3 right there can get up and rebound with anybody. And then when you add Carrington to the mix, I think she gets her fair share of offensive boards as well. It gives us a chance to be a very good basketball team. And I was proud of that again. As far as Queen, she had enough opportunities to get a double-double. I think she missed 7 shots. Some of them were, gimmies. Moon, let me look at hers. 1 rebound away. Well, she played enough minutes to get that extra rebound, so you potentially could have had 3 of them with double-doubles. And 4 if Carrington, had gotten 3 more rebounds. So that's good production from those players.
Right, and then I have a question for Dejanay as well.
Go ahead.
Dejanay, just how are you refinding your groove? You missed a lot of time. Now your second game back. How are you refinding your groove, and how does it feel to be out there?
I think that while I was out, I just tried to stay locked in with everything that was going on with the team. Stayed in contact, obviously, and continued to just watch film. Watch myself do good things and do bad things to learn from, but also a lot of watching myself do good things with this team just to remind myself of what I'm capable of. And I think coming back, just doing a lot of conditioning. I've been coming in just running a lot just to get my wind back because I can tell when my shot starts getting short in the third. And the fourth quarter is often when I'm a little gassed, a little winded. So just trying to do a lot of that, and the rest of it just comes.
Got it. Thank you.
Hawk, go ahead, then Jerry.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, you guys hit the halfway point of what's supposed to be your 18-game Big 12 schedule tonight. Just where do you feel like your team is at the midway point of the Big 12 schedule? And obviously you bounced back pretty nicely since that loss to Iowa State.
I think we're probably where we expect to be every year, and that means leading the conference. Nobody can tell you what COVID brings. Nobody could have told us that we were going to have the issue before the Iowa State game. We have to deal with it. And but 2 losses, 1 by 5, 1 by 4. I think we're a pretty good basketball team. It's a shame we missed 3 weeks there, but I've said it over and over. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you. We're all under the same pandemic, and we dealt with it as best we could. And when we're all together and we're on that practice floor every day, we get better. And I think you're seeing that. If you look at the scores of our Big 12 games, I think we're doing pretty good.
And as far as Dejanay, just talk about what you've seen in her in the 2 games back. Like she said, she did a lot of running, did some things, but it's still not the same as being on the court.
Well, surprisingly, because they don't let you work out when you have COVID, you worry about conditioning, and shooting is a big part of her game. And if you're not in condition, your legs are the first to go. And I don't think it's affected her. She comes in and she gives you the energy, and she's a big part of what we do. She's a perimeter threat for us, which opens the middle up for our post players more. She has that college experience that is so valuable, particularly now that you have all the transferring going on. And she looks good to me.
Thanks, Ken.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Coach.
Jerry, then Chad.
Nilissa, if you can, that fast break that you had with Queen, where she turned into a point forward, talk about just finishing there, and how much fun was that, getting out and running the floor like that?
Well, we do it all the time in practice, so that's y'all's first time seeing it. So we really point gods, like we really bring the ball up. But yeah, it's fun when she actually gets to do that.
And were you surprised that the ball came to you? I mean, because she, she could have taken it in.
I think she knew they was gonna take a charge, so her best bet was just to pass it. So yeah.
Absolutely.
And Nilissa, Kim talked about it. I mean, the way y'all rebound on the offensive glass, is it almost like a competition among you guys to see who's going to get it, that kind of thing?
I mean, probably. I mean, everybody competes in practice. She stresses so many times we need to rebound on the offensive end. So I mean, I guess yeah, it is a competition to see who can get the most.
All right, Chad.
Alyssa, did you feel like, when you had the ball in the half court tonight, did you feel like they really had a hard time defending all the different things you could do? Because it seems like you scored in different ways tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like during quarantine and the time that we did have off, I worked a lot on perimeter shots and just ball handling and little things like that to expand my game. So, yeah, I feel like when you bring, a lot more to the table, it's going to be harder to guard. So, I feel like, yeah, it's more effective.
And then when you guys were on the run there in the third quarter, kind of in a way, the capper was Bickle made a really good post pass to you. Can you just talk about that play and how it developed?
Kate's a great passer. I wish we could have her on the guard end a lot more, but she's she's better at scoring the ball inside. So, I mean, we do it a lot in practice. We practice little things like that, like me posting and giving her a target to pass the ball. So, yeah, it's exciting when she could do things like that.
And Kim, just kind of a follow-up on that. I mean, I have to think as a coach and as meticulous as you are about that type of play, that had to be a highlight for you tonight as well, huh?
Which play?
The Bickle had a post pass that was over a defender.
Well, if you go back to the post players we have throughout the years, we've done a lot of high-low stuff, and this is a different team. Bickle can pass the ball, and she's always sometimes going to overpass and causes herself to have a turnover. But I thought there were a couple passes to Nilissa that, man, they were tough, and she got her hands on them. I thought the lob turnover in the first half that Dee threw to her, I thought she almost had that. That thing, heck, Jabbar would have been the one to have to catch that. But y'all know who that is, right, Jabbar? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Y'all not too young to know who that is, right? But Liz can get up with the best of them, and she can catch a lot of passes, and Bickle will look to pass it more a lot of times than she will to shoot.
Excellent. Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, Michelle.
Yeah, Coach Mulkey, going back even to your Louisiana Tech days, you've coached some of the best, I think, defenders in the game. I wonder if you could put in perspective how Dee, I don't want to say ranks because I know you don't like to do that, but just how she compares in that sense, and how she's even gotten better as a defensive player since she's been at Baylor.
Well, yeah, you're right. I've had the opportunity to coach and be around the Teresa Weatherspoons, who we used to call her Rambo because she'd just wait for you right there at half court. And it was just phenomenal to watch her presence on the floor defensively. And you don't compare players, you know that. But Dee is one of the best defensive players that I've been blessed to coach. Her length on the perimeter creates a lot of havoc for people. You look at her and she's long and thin and got the long arms, but she's a lot stronger than she looks. And, she just works at it. She works at it. To be a great defensive player, it has to be inside your soul. It has to be a personal thing because a lot of it is just work ethic. A lot of it is just will to do it. And she just bought into it as a freshman and just has taken off with it.